اسوي كذي احس لايت يمكن اطفي بس هذا ولا تتابعونا بحس زين.
Okay, I want you to open
اذا صار بدي اسجل
your project, but any view in your project, so floor plan, elevation, anything. Go to manage, and then next to project units or project information, that will transfer project parameters. Oh, sorry, transfer project data. مو parameters, اللي هي شنو؟ Transfer project standards. Transfer project standards. It's under manage. Exactly. Uncheck all. Okay, check none, yeah, sorry, check none. So here, manage. And I'm about to 3D views there. And I have one view in my project that's open. Go to transfer project standards. Fog purge, the one we used last time. I open this window, transfer project standards, select items to copy. Copy from. This should only have the Revit details file in here. Okay, so Revit details. إذا بطلين more than one file راح يطلع هني. So make sure you only have Revit details open. Check none. Now, what we're trying to do here is transfer information and details and properties from one file to another file. Okay? What I did was two things. I had new walls and new floors and new hatches in this new file that now we're going to select to transfer. But generally, this is how you transfer things. So I want you to learn how to transfer items from file to file. Maybe you're updating things as you go along, but in to do Mishore, you don't have to start from scratch. You just copy the standards to the other file. Feed things such as all these things are things you can check to transfer. So look at an arrowhead styles. Let's say you changed an arrowhead, the style of it. That will bring it over. Dimension styles. We added metric, the millimeters. That would transfer it over if you had file to file. Heta object styles, line styles, you've got different line patterns, fill patterns, things of that sort. So now what I want you to do is start with check none. And we're going to select 5 things. Okay? So let's do it together one by one. Or write them down. أول شيء under F, عندنا fill patterns, filled region types, and floor types. Okay, so 3 things here: fill patterns, filled region types, floor types. Then below, materials. Check the box. And then scroll all the way down. Wall types and W. It's listed alphabetically. So again, then a fill patterns. That's the hatches. Filled region types. Floor types. So I added a couple of floors. Then materials. Well, lastly, wall types. So I added a few wall types, interior or exterior. Hit OK. Now, if you have specific things that you have made a lot of changes on, don't transfer it over. But if you customized a lot of your exterior walls, did anyone make custom things to their exterior walls? The brick finish? As long as you didn't do a lot of changes to your existing file, overwrite what you have. Okay? So you can click on overwrite. gonna take a little bit of time. Okay, so go to the ground floor once it's done. You'll notice a couple of changes. If you already have your brick wall, in the past it was CMU. شوفوا الحين الكور مالكم. If it's a brick wall, is it diagonal or that's still cross hatch? Okay, so that means it actually took the change. الحين تذكرون احنا تكلمنا عن وين متى نستخدم طابوق ابيض ومتى نستخدم طابوق اسود؟ اي واحد اغلى؟ الابيض ولا الاسود؟ الابيض اغلى. Okay, it's more expensive, it's lighter, it's insulating, it's an insulating material. But we don't use it everywhere. We only use it with exterior, and we cannot use it when we have حجر. So stone, like marble or travertine, عشان تكون بسامير أو تبتون mechanical system, you cannot use the white one. It's not strong enough to hold the material. So you'll notice when you have brick, it will be diagonal hatch. If you have sigma, you would actually have to fix the wall. Right now sigma is showing as CMU. Sigma hat المفروض يكون diagonal. Okay? So I'll talk about how we can modify these elements. Before I jump into these details, the things we covered last class, anybody has major issues? The rooms, how to create rooms, separate them. Anyone has duplicate rooms, مو قادرين تشيلونهم?
First floor, لما أحط room separator شنو يعني doesn't like still يعني ياخذ مكان
Is and then did you see the full outlines حاولتي from the edge to the edge؟ لأن يمكن مو ماخذة من أول الطرف السبيس الحول. So when you add the room, this is how you know. تحطي room and then شوفي وين it extends مالت الروم existing. إذا هي ماخذة one big room. And then make sure you separate من أول السبيس لآخر السبيس عشان يفصل عدل.
يعني أنا البدروم مالتي يعني ياخذ الكلوزت الوال.
إنزين. You have to separate it in two lines. عندنا شوفي هني. في خط فوق من هني لهني. وفي خط مكمل هني. But this way, this is fully separate من the top, والطوفة is separating the rest of it. Okay. Next, so we're going to do some work on walls. Did I talk about an accent wall last time? Okay, so we're going to do an accent wall. One part of the wall needs to change material. Okay, and it's going to be من الأرضي للأول. So I'll talk about that in a minute. بس أول شيء بتكلم على floor types. إحنا مبدئيا شنو general flooring materials that we can apply that are usually used in Kuwait. Ceramic. شنو بعد؟ Ceramic, شنو بعد؟ Some of them are already in the file. You need someone?
Yeah, what's your name? I just need to talk to you بس عشان هذا المسج مالك.
Okay. Alright, think about, okay, look at the file. I already have flooring, see multiple types. I want you to think about what different flooring types you have. This is one of them, by the way. Yeah, terrazzo is one of them. Terrazzo be two types.
أنا يعني احنا بس فاضي قصدك هذا؟
لا هي بس 3D view.
3D مالي 3D مو قديم مالي ستيل ما
بس أي
بعدين كاب
بس ليش هون الإليفيتر مختار؟ الإليفيتر
انت تتوقع بس نعتبر عشان
أنا أصلاً
Alright, show different materials. So we have ceramic. Also be two types. حاليا have like a couple of options of floors. على حسب الcontext. هلاقيكم إياهم. بس أول شيء I want to cover what floorings are there وبعدين you will modify them according to these items. So في عندنا tiles. في عندنا cord or cast in place. تعرفون شنو هو الثلاثة؟ So terrazzo is a fancy way of saying kashi. So in Kuwait, in the past, maybe it's gotten a bad reputation. It was used in a lot of government projects, تشوفهم بجمعيات يستخدمون مخازن and it's a cheap material. But now it's becoming more in use these days, last couple of years. And it could be actually very expensive. So if you مثلا import terrazzo الحين from Italy, ممكن أغلى من الرخام يعني أكثر من 20-25 دينار المتر. So there is high quality terrazzo. So but what is terrazzo? What do you see here? عبارة عن شنو terrazzo?
Is it a bunch of materials together?
Yeah, what are those materials? So there's always like a cement-based kind of material. That's the surrounding material, and you can choose different colors. You can color it, and then you can put different gravel, different pieces of marble, granite, whatever it is, and you can also, as a designer, pick the colors you want to put. ففي طريقتين، يا يسوونها بالمصنع big quantities, and then they cut it like marble, and you get it as a ready tile. Or you can cast it inside. Thank you. On site, يجيبون cement, ويجيبون pieces of stone. They put them on the site, and then once it's settling, they polish it, and it becomes a polished surface. Now the dividers, as a designer, you can choose how to divide it, just like the cement technique. But this divider is just a void. Usually with terrazzo, when we talk about poured terrazzo, you'll see the dividers, they could be metal, like aluminum, or بالكويت actually it's more common they use glass. A piece of glass that's like maybe 5-10 centimeters تنحط مكان القاع ويصبون around it, and then they level it based on the top of that glass. But when you look at the top, you see actually the glass divider like that. So you get to design how far the spacing is. But generally you don't want to go more than مترين ونص. Otherwise, you start seeing big cracks because of the floor expanding and contracting.
What the materials they don't get mixed?
They don't get what?
Mixed لما you put the glass divider.
Which materials?
يعني
These?
mixed هذا مثلا.
Now the glass is going all the way. And you're pouring here and you're pouring here. You don't.
Do you see the glass ولا يتغطى بالماتيريال؟
The glass is the vertical part.
Ah.
Well, actually, تقدرون تحطون هم glass as بدال البحث هذا, the gravel. You can put glass as well and shiny things. You can put different things within the film. But generally, the glass is the vertical divider. يعني تخيل شوف الحين كان في gap
Yeah.
هو جاي واقف كذي وراح تنصب هني and هني on both sides. Could be same color or different colors. بس بوقت الصب أو مثلا عشان if they don't want to mix ممكن يصبون. This settles, dries,
Ah.
وبعدين يصبون اللي بعده. Otherwise, it could get messy. If that's what you're thinking, يصبون هني ويروح. Yeah.
Why is it more expensive? Why is it a more expensive material?
When you actually do it on site, if you use local materials, it could be very cheap. So this on site could be around 7 to 8 maybe KD per square meter, which is average. بس في مثلا شركة بالكويت, they import the cement-based material and البحث from مثلا Italy and abroad, ويكلفها ممكن 20 دينار المتر, which is like expensive marble. Depends the quality that you put. يشترون من local مثلا كاشي tiles 30 يمكن دينارين 3 دنانير المتر. There are very big differences between them. Okay, so terrazzo شنو بعد؟
Travertine.
So travertine, or let's just say stone in general. So natural stone, travertine is one of them. Stone عندنا tile plus you can buy it cut to order. تشترون the big slabs and then you choose the size you want to cut it. شنو بعد؟ Last one.
Concrete.
So you can have concrete or cement. And And you can also identify the finish. So if it's polished, if it's matte, gloss, يشرب ما يشرب, liquids. شنو بعد؟ ما اسمع. What do they call the wood flooring? Parquet. الحين what's actually in the market is usually real wood or the fake wood? Fake, okay? There's fake wood, the ceramic looks like wood, وفي composite wood, synthetic wood, وفي vinyl. So there are different ways. I think we missed one bad. So similar to stone is what? Marble or granite. Okay, what are the standard sizes حق tiles? If we're talking about ceramic, marble, حق الحمامات لو أصغر بعد أصغر. So في 20 وفي 30 is standard, 30 by 30. The square sizes عندنا 30, عندنا 40, 50 by 50, 60 by 60, 80 by 80 is available, 100 by 100. These are all available readily in the market. Okay? Rectangular عندنا 30 by 60, 40 by 80, 50 by 100, 60 by 1200. So those are all the general standard sizes that we have in the market in Kuwait. Put these together. Okay, so these are the square sizes. Generally, those are the sizes 30, 40, or 50, 60, 80, 100 by 100, so square. Oh, rectangular, these are very common sizes you find in Kuwait. Parquet usually is actually, شنو sizes when you see parquet, wooden floors? They're usually narrow and long. And they could be either going perfectly lined up, or scattered, or very random, or 45 degrees. But generally we're talking about maybe 15 by 80 or 60. As I said, there are different models out there. Okay? So keep that in mind, then I want you to custom make your floors right now. So let's go back to the Revit. Let's select the ground floor. So the floor is on the outer edge of the wall. Go to put the cursor on the edge and hit tab until it highlights the floor. The ones that you have available are 200 mm floor with porterato, 200 mm floor with travertine finish. هذيلا two types اللي تقدرون تحطونهم بالصالات والغرف. This is what you have now. I want you to select one of them and customize it here. So let's say if we're selecting travertine finish, you'll notice to measure. A quick way to measure is this ruler اللي فوق هني. So click on this ruler اللي فوق. So this is 500 by 500. So it's a standard 50 50.
Oh wait, you're still down a bit because I think I have the floor.
Okay.
إذا في divider ما نقدر نختار الأرقام صح؟
You have to hit tab. Divider حق الروم ما له شغل بالفلور. الفلور انت ما غيرتي. Floor slab نفس ما هو. So to select the floor, the ground floor, it goes all the way to the outside. So hover over one edge of your floor, على الأطراف, the outer wall, and then hit tab, probably twice to get to the floor. And then you click once, it should highlight the floor.
What if I don't want it to cover the steps?
You'd have to then create an additional floor. Yani modify edit boundary, دخليها داخل, and create another floor with a different pattern and the stairs. Everyone's able to select the floor?
Yes, بس very much.
حطيتوا travertine? 200 mm travertine finish?
No.
Everyone can select this, so let's customize it together. So 200 mm floor with travertine finish. شلون نقدر نعدل الأرضية الحين؟ أنا الحين حاط 500 ب 500 هي 50 ب 50 ما اسمع.
Edit type.
Edit type فوق on the left and then duplicate. Then let's change this مثلا. I'm gonna just do for an example marble. Hit OK. بعدين شو غيرتي؟ من وين؟ Structure, edit, structure. بعدين
غير الفينش اللي فوق.
exactly. So the finish is the first one, number 1. You'll see travertine 500 500. Click on those 3 dots in here. It's number 1, finish. The top layer, that's what we want to change. If you look at the preview, this top layer, هو اللي يغيره. So go to travertine 500 500. Edit, هني, the material. Generally, thicknesses, you'll see here, thickness 20 is okay for natural stone of the earth. Okay? اللي هي 2 سم. So you don't have to change that. We just want to change the material. So click on this. الحين travertine 500 500. So you can select a different material from here, or you can do search. So I'm doing marble. In the search tab فوق, write marble. تحت مكتوب material libraries. If you click on the arrow up, do you see a marble material here or no? You open the library. فوق تكتبون marble. And see if you can find it. Are you connected to the internet? منو لقى ماربل باللستة؟ كلكم لاقين؟ Okay. Click on marble. But then there are 2 arrows here. Click on the one with the pencil. And that will take it up here to edit. Okay? Okay. You can then right click, duplicate material and assets. Then do this to the travertine. So right click on marble once it goes up there. Duplicate material and assets. And write down marble, حطوا size that you want to do your flooring. Which side are you going to put?
80.
تبغون تقلدون؟ كم؟
60. 80.
Whatever it is, put it. غير.
Where is the edit asset?
When you right click,
Yeah.
duplicate material and assets. So then select the one that you renamed. On the top right, you need the same window, and different tabs. So identity, some information about it. Appearance is how you render it, if you're doing rendering, physical. So there are different aspects. And then we want to focus on graphics, the second tab. Well, the 2 things we need to change are the surface pattern and the cut pattern. Then we're going to see it in plan elevation view, and we're going to see it as a cut when we cut a section through it. The surface pattern, click on written foreground. The foreground, background. Okay? Maybe I can do a hatch, but then any grayscale wall. That's where the background changes. But so far we've been doing white backgrounds to all of our hatches. But anyway, this is what we want to change. Pattern. click on pattern. شو الفرق بين drafting and model patterns? We talked about that before, صح؟ ما له شغل 2D 3D.
What's the question?
What's the difference between, and I clicked on pattern, and under surface pattern, foreground, it says none, I want to add a pattern. And here I put the tile size. فوق أول شيء يقول pattern type، في drafting في model، شو الفرق بينهم؟
درافت يعني
السؤال بالامتحان.
يعني
ها؟ ما تقرأ الامتحان؟ It has to do with scale. Okay? Drafting, if you notice drafting, when you look at the hatches, you have sizes in millimeters which will appear in that millimeter spacing no matter what scale you're using. هيك نحط مثلا drafting and I put it على 1 to 200 لما اطبعها على A3 راح تصير 1.5 or 3 millimeters apart. When I do 1 to 50, it's still going to be 3 millimeters apart. It doesn't change with the scale. Okay? Model is actual project scale. لما احط model مثلا 50 سنتي, if I zoom out, it's going to look smaller. With the drafting, it doesn't. So usually drafting I use when I cut patterns. Then when I zoom in, zoom out, I don't want the spacing يصير wide layage بعدين when I'm zoomed out. I want it to show as 1 millimeter as well. But that's the difference. When we're showing a surface pattern, it's going to show in scale, plan, elevation, نختار model. Okay, so surface pattern, model, and then this is where you change the size. الحين عندنا different options already in the system. So if you're doing tiles مربع, في already عندنا 300, and then a 250, and then a 200, and then a 100, and then a 600 by 600, so you don't duplicate those. 600 by 1200 is already there. أنا حطيت 500 by 1000. So pick one of the rectangular ones, مثلا 600 by 1200. If it's rectangular. If it's square, choose one of the squares. It'll be easier to change. تحت duplicate. So there's 4 options in here. After you select it, click on duplicate. Change the name to the type that you have renamed. Here it says crosshatch, 0 degrees. Change the mm to the sizes, the new size that you want. The scale is 1 to 20. The preview, تقدرون تكبرون this window to see the preview of what you have customized. If you want your flooring to be vertical, change the angle to 90 degrees, where it says line angle. If for whatever reason you want it to be 45, you could. It's odd at that size. Marat, they do 45 maybe in, let's say, a small area like a bathroom with small tiles. And then click OK. Make sure it's selected. OK. Need pattern, so 500 by 1000, so that's the new pattern to match what you selected. Color is the color of the lines in the plan or elevation when you use it. So it's a flooring pattern, so it's good to have it light, so you can keep it gray. Gray is 120, this is one option to start with. You have to print and test. لا تنطرون عشان to find out what is the submission, you print and you see if it's too light or too dark. Do test prints as you go along. Then click, so الحين خلصنا الحين surface pattern. Next we want to change the cut pattern. When you cut through this material, did you all select a stone or marble, and it's a different cut pattern than a ceramic tile. في حاجة يسوي ceramic? Okay. So cut pattern, click on foreground هني. فالحين بالcut pattern we're going to use هو أصلا ما يعطينا الأوبشن مع model. You see that? Model is grayed out. It has to be a drafting pattern. In Revit you can't cut through a model fill pattern. So drafting. For stone we're going to use brickwork. The hatch, brickwork, which is double lines, gap, double lines, gap. Okay?
Why isn't it squares?
Hmm?
Why isn't it squares?
So we want to differentiate. We have several materials. I'll show you in the legend شنو اخترنا for different materials. Stone is not always like this. It could be one line, بعدين line dot line, بعدين solid, بعدين dash dot. There's no need to do a custom one if you find something that could work that doesn't overlap with something else. The moment it's unique in your project. So brickwork, hit OK. So you'll see it here. And again, it's gray. Then hit OK. OK, and then you see the preview here as a cut. Hit OK. You notice the material changed to the new size. Yeah, I had issues getting to this part with the new size.
دكتور أنا الفينش الأخير بالبريفيو لون أصفر. لما نحط بريفيو على instruction ويطلع على section detail.
إيه that's fine, don't worry. Okay, تتذكرون شلون نقدر نعدل الباترن مال الفلور؟ ها؟ زين، شلون أضغط على الخط؟ So you hover over the line, you hit tab, it highlights it in blue, and then you click once. We have two directions, so you're going to do it twice. مرة in the vertical, and مرة in the horizontal. So go over one of the vertical lines, tab, MV for move. So try to use the shortcuts, it's faster. Align it with the walls. You need to find out which is the best wall to align it to. So I'm just using a quick random one. You could also rotate. So let's say الحين حطيته horizontal تبونه vertical. Tab, select either the vertical or horizontal. RO or click on rotate. Click rotate مثلا تبونه 90 degrees. لفيت الباترن vertical. إيه بس make sure you're selecting the line, not the floor. The line of the pattern. And you can rotate it as well. You can also do 45, any angle يعني. So تقدرون تحكمون بالفلورنج يعني. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions about floors?
Do we change the floor of the stairs and the kitchen, or do we keep everything the same?
Kitchen could be the same. You don't have to change it. What has to change is the bathroom. So if you go to the first floor, the bathroom is a dropped slab ceramic finish. فحتى هذا I want you to customize. Change the material from 30 by 30 to something else. Could still be ceramic, بس اللي يكون تغيرون السايز. I want to see you changing customizing it. If you go to edit type and do the preview مال الأرضية الحمام, there are two ways to do the flooring system بالحمام. The one I picked is a dropped slab. وهنتكلم عليها again when we do the section to make sure it's connecting well with the rest. But if you go on edit, راح تلاقون a very big layer هني. What's the reason for dropping the slab بالحمام?
عشان doesn't see through to the next.
بالأرضية الحمام ليش الكونكريت slab is dropped below Why is the concrete slab dropped below the surface? يعني مين شوفوا مين؟ foam cement 120 يعني 12 سنتي. This is dropped
علشان drain.
عشان
Drain.
drains, floor drains, pipes, piping connections. في طريقة ثانية يسوونها مثلا بأمريكا they don't do this. We do this أكثر in the Middle East في الكويت. بأمريكا يخلون الكونكريت سلاب فوق. بعدين where you have a toilet they put a hole in the floor and the pipe goes below the slab. That has two problems. One problem is, let's say 10, 20 years later you want to rearrange the toilet, the bathroom. خلاص الحين صارت فتحة بالconcrete, you have to keep the toilet where it is. The way we do it with Kuwait, where we drop the slab, you can remove all the piping and move the bathroom, the toilet, anywhere else. هذه شغلة. الشغلة الثانية, when you put the pipe below, any water or any movement in the pipe راح تسمعونها from the room below. This way you're insulating the sound. Okay? So that's what we're doing. It's already there. You just have to change the ceramic finish bolt from 300 to some other size.
Is there a reason they change it مثلا بالبيسمنت؟ Because we usually hear the stuff من الأصوات.
They change what?
يعني do they basically change the slab and تحت البيسمنت we usually hear the sound of the water يعني traveling slab.
It doesn't have to do with the fact that it's the basement. It's just the fact that they probably didn't put the, let's say, wet areas كلهم فوق بعض. And to get from, let's say, the kitchen to the place where the sewage pit is, you might have to travel over a living room. So if it's designed right, it would be actually without having to cut through these areas and insulate it. Or maybe not enough insulation. That could be another reason. Okay, and then the other floor type we have is the roof, which is applied to the balcony and the rooftop.
You did something with the finishing. You edited the material.
On the bathroom, you just have to edit the size. So edit type,
ما نسوي duplicate.
ceramic. أنا مو حاط السايز. إذا مو حاط size, you can edit it. It's fine. It just says ceramic finish. It doesn't say ceramic 330. If it's 330, then you have to duplicate and change it. So ceramic tile 300 by 300, this you should change it. So duplicate this ceramic tile and change it to 300 by 600 or 400 by 400 or 200 by 200.
فنفس الستep اللي موجودة.
Same exact step. Okay. Any questions about floors?
For the balcony, what's the floor type?
It's a roof.
Okay.
It's a ceramic finish. You should at least change just the size. Actually, for the roof, it's fine. If you have time, which you probably won't, just leave the roof as is. But make sure that it's selected as roof floor. Okay, let me talk about the accent wall. اللي أبي نسويه إنه يكون عندنا one part of the exterior wall من الأرضي لين first floor to be a different material. Okay, I want to show two types of core materials. It's CMU, طابوق الأسود, طابوق الأبيض. الحين, it doesn't matter where, but don't put it where there's a مثلا نص الباب أو نص دريشة. Keep clear of openings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split the wall. So I have one, and I'm going to do it in here, in the back. You don't have to do it here, you can do it anywhere else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split the brick wall to be a segment. With this segment, but I don't have to stone. Okay? So let's take it step by step. So this I'm going to do on the ground and the first. I don't want to pick it at a random spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a detail line. What's the shortcut for detail line? DL. بحط خط هني overlapping the wall, and then I'm going to copy it to a set measurement. It doesn't matter what it is. المهم إن it's an actual يعني ما يصير مثلا 3565. So pick an actual الحين أنا مثلا 3000 ونص. That's not bad. 3600. Keep it to the nearest 500, 100 or 50. Okay, and then copy this again to be the other end where you're going to split the wall. Okay, I'm going to split the wall along these two lines. This wall, I'm going to cut it here and here. I'm going to have the guidelines وين بقص الطوفة. You can do it مثلا هني. Again, draw two lines. Actually, stay away from the balcony. So if the balcony is up here, don't do it where the balcony is. مثلا you can do it here. So pick the surface edge as your outline. Copy it to a set dimension. الحين مثلا شوفها 3500. Again, it could be every 100 increments or 50 increments. Don't do مثلا 52, 3552 مثلا. So copy the lines. Always make sure to delete the lines عقب ما نخلص عشان ما يظلون بالملف. Then I'm going to use the split command. What's the split shortcut? SL, skip the P. I want you to take the exacto halfway. نشوف الحين هذه الطوفة. This is the center line. Center line مال الطوفة تشوفونها. Go to where the wall, the line that you drew it, there. And halfway, so try to connect this connection here. Get your phone. So when you're on this line, hit tab. At your one wall, then you click. Okay, I'll do it again on the other side. So SL. I'll hit على exacto. Find the center of the wall. Trace it, go all the way to where then the line is. So the line is highlighted. Hit tab. الحين it's selecting the wall and then you click. This way you guarantee that you're cutting where the line that you drew as a guide. It's clear? أنا الحين أبي أقص الطوفة بمكان أنا أبي أحدده. لما لو حطيت SL وبي أقص it could be a random place. أنا أبي مكان متحدد عدد وكل 50 أو 100 ملي. ما أخلي كسور. Okay? فرسمت أول شيء عشان how do I get to this dimension. رسمت the edge of the outer wall. Because of the line weights, it's good to go to view, make it thin lines. شوف أنا الحين مثلا رسمت هذا غلط. So I can move them back. ما قصيت الطوف أنا undo. Yeah, رسمت أول شيء line اللي برا. And then I copied it. Let me delete this and do it again. A DL, detail line. I come and I want to do it over the wall. لا تدخلوا الطرف عشان I want it to span the wall. راح أرسم خط طويل لتحت. Doesn't matter شنو ارتفاع الخط هذا. I select it and then I copy it. Copy شنو shortcut? CO. Then I click, make sure it's straight, not angled. And I roughly see where the line is going to end up. تشوفون the dashed blue line. فشوفوا تحت 3500, 3600. Any one of these is fine. The moment that it's a good rounded number. And then you select it again after you hit escape, copy, CO, and take it to somewhere that you think is suitable. Again, every 100 or 50 millimeter increments. الحين عندي أنا two guidelines that I know that are even numbers from the edge of the wall. Okay? Once I have that, make sure you're not confusing it with other lines because you're going to see other crossing lines. نفس هذا. SL to split. الحين اللي أبي أقصه هو الطوفة. بس لو جيت فوق الخط اللي أنا رسمته, it will not select the wall. It will select the line, and it's the highest one. So what I want to do is find the halfway line مالت الطوفة, this dashed line, and I just move the mouse to get to the line that I drew. Once you get to this line, you hit tab once, it will go back to the wall, and you click. This way you guarantee that you're cutting exactly where the detail line is. Let's try doing it again on the other side. I find the center of the wall, and I just drag the mouse to the line I drew. Hit tab once and click. ايه عشان كذي انا قبل ما اسوي تاب انا اوريدي قاعد ادور وين الوول، يعني ما اجي من فوق واسوي تاب. اول شيء ابي اشوف الطوفه وين، تلاقين داش لاين ازرق ومكتوب عليه وول برا الخط. And then move it slowly to get to the line. And then you hit tab once, راح يرجع يختار الطوفه. And cut it. I'm creating an accent wall. I want to change this wall material from brick to stone. Okay, once you have that, you can then select the wall, change it مثلا to stone. Stone finish. And then you'll notice here the material changed. شوفون the thickness اختلف، الهاتش اختلف، والكور اختلف. صار cross hatch مكان stone. The crown stone is heavy, it needs طابوق أسود, which is a cross hatch. This is brick, عادي يكون الجيري عليه طابوق أبيض. So you'll see that that's the difference between the two walls. شنو زي؟ That's fine.
اللي قصيناه شنو نخليه؟
Stone. When we do elevations next week, you will customize this. For now, it's fine to leave it as is. الحين أبي أسوي نفس الكت بالضبط فوق. How can I do that?
I copy it from الزاوية
في طريقة أحسن. لأن يمكن الزاوية شوي تختلف بالماتيريال فوق or something else. شلون أقدر آخذ الريفرنس مالي وأرسمه أقص الطوفة فوق بنفس المكان؟
detailed line, reference line, detailed line.
شو أسوي فيهم؟ ما أبي أعيد أرسمهم. أبي أتأكد إنهم موجودين معي فوق بنفس المكان.
Copy or paste.
Exactly. So select your two lines that you split the walls on. Copy them. Control C. Control C, move CO.
What's the difference?
It gives you different options. Copy means CO usually you're copying within the same view. Control C you can take from file to file or view to view. بعدين فوق راح تلاقون paste, the clone we did that before. Click the button down. Aligned to selected views. Make sure you're selecting floor plan, not reflected ceiling or structural. So it's on the top. Floor plan, first floor, hit OK. لما تحطون الفيرست فلور تلاقون هني الخطوط طلعت نفس المكان. If you have a window where you want to cut the wall, move the window. Do not keep the window لأن it's not impossible to do that, but it complicates things. لو الحين قاعد طابوق جيري وبعدين فجأة في شباك بنص الماتيريال هذا ونص الماتيريال هذا, but it complicates the construction. So you can move it or change the size. And you do the split نفس الطريقة. But don't do it now, لأنه عندنا وقت. I want to talk about legends. When you look at the 3D,
What material do we change this?
when you look at the 3D, you will see the stone. This is supposed to go all the way up to the first floor. You don't have to change the parapet. The parapet can stay as is. Okay? فمو لازم الحجر يطلع all the way up.
All the way up.
بس you copy the detail lines. You copy the detail lines. Control C وبعدين paste to selected views بالدور الأول. Repeat the cut. Repeat the split and change the wall.
دكتور انا كسرت عند الانفول عادي
اي ستون
بس المهم انه ما يكون بنص الباب.
لا لا اي صار بالنص
So you're going to see the stone go all the way up. Okay? Hey, I want us to talk about two things quickly. Go to the first floor. الحين أنا حطيت exterior walls. And I added interior walls. So when you have between غرفة وغرفة, select interior, wall, plaster finish. من الصوبين راح يكون plaster that's painted. In the end, there's an issue here. You're gonna have to customize it with the region. I'm not sure what the issue is, but this is supposed to wrap. Or even better, just do like a stone frame. نفس ما سوينا بالintro. Just do a region, thin line, عشان frame مع الحجر. That's easier. Okay? الحين راح تشوفون عندنا this is interior. On one side it's a closet. On the other side it's a bathroom. So change the wall where it says interior wall for bathroom 1. So one side is going to be a finish mal صبغ. The other side it's a ceramic finish. الحين it gets a bit more complicated here. ليش؟ On this side, if you look at the wall between the closet and the bathroom. On this side عندي brick وداخل صبغ صح؟ On this side عندي brick برا وداخل شنو فيه؟ ceramic. حمام صح؟ So it's supposed to be ceramic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this wall. I split it with the cord. I went along with the cord. هني شوفوا لما جيت وقفت هني لين مشى مع الكور مال الطوفة. هذه الطوفة الحين صارت طوفة مفصولة. أغيرها exterior wall brick finish with bathroom inside. Brick finish with bathroom inside. You'll notice then the material here changed. Is the normal brick finish. Yes, split the walls, and then you're gonna have to split it into one that's for the interior or one for the bathroom. So you have to split it. الحين تلاحظون I didn't split it here. It's moved. How can I fix this?
wall join.
Wall join. So the command wall join. شنو الشورت كت؟
WG.
ما في شورت كت. Go to modify. Wall joints. And here you click on the wall. Remember, you see the square. Click on it. Fog, allow join and clean join. These are the two options we have to start with. Then you go to next. So what's the connection that we want here? الحين برا طابوق أبيض صح؟ ذكرون داخل قلت لكم لأن ما نحتاج الانسوليشن مال temperature فالمفروض داخل طابوق أسود. So what's my ideal connection here? أخلي الطابوق الأسود يطلع لبرا؟ المفروض هذا يكمل صح؟ المفروض الطابوق هذا اللي تحت الأبيض هو اللي يكمل. So you keep trying different options until you get to something like this. Once you're happy with this, you click once and you see the connection. Let me add the. شوفوا هني أنا كان عندي this issue. After I split the wall, this is what I'm looking at. Even though I split at the core, that's not what I ended up seeing. Okay? Click on Modify, Wall Join.
لما غيرت الماتيريال مالت البريك فينش باثروم كانت تصير حيل فك. إذا ما غيرت
اللي هي هذا brick. هذه plaster. لا هذه it has to be exterior. Plaster finish interior داخل بين الكلوزت وبين البدروم. هذه راح تصير اصغر لان قاعد نستخدم 15 سم كور وصبغ. That's why it's a lot smaller. Okay, so you see this connection? To fix it, we use the wall join command. You click on the square here. Make sure it says allow join and it says clean join. Even though you see lines when you're doing these options, they're not necessarily going to stay there. They're actually most likely will not stay there. So as long as you see the main picture is fine. الطابوق هذا وقف هنا على هذا الطابوق. Let's try this one. Hit enter. See, even though there were lines, it shows with no lines. So this is fine. This is the connection we want. When you change the materials of the walls, you will notice some things are going to move. فتشوفون الحين مثلا this sink تحركت. So align AL. اختار my finish وألزق بعدين الماتيريال to it. Toilets may have changed. You will notice here things have moved alignment, even though. Let me change this to one. This is brick with bathroom. شوفوا الحين ceramic هذا مو ماشي مع this one. And this is another example where it's a wall. هني الحين صار صبغ. I split the wall again. SL. I split it, and then I change this one to interior for bathroom. الحين المهم ان الحين عندي هذه الطوفة هذه الثابتة. I align this wall اللي داخل to this wall. AL align. You select the wall you want to keep, and then you align the other one. You see what's happening here? I have another wall that's going من برا لداخل الحمام. I have to split this wall as well. SL. It doesn't have to be accurate, then when we do wall join راح يحرك الطوفة شوي, so don't worry about that. بعدين select this wall, change it to interior wall for bathroom 1. هذه الطوفة وهذه الطوفة are both exterior brick with bathroom, صح? Both of these need to be brick with bathroom. زين, I want to quickly finish this part and then we have a legend لكن ما تكلمنا عنها in classes ده. The main thing here, once you change these materials, is they have to align both the walls to each other and the new items that moved. فهني عندي هذه الطوفة لا تحطون the outer walls, then it's going to affect the structure. So keep the outer wall as is, align, select the finish, mount the outer wall, and align the ceramic on the interior wall. So it becomes one line. And then move the toilet to align with the wall. Move the sink to align with the wall, so that things are not floating in the bathroom. زين. Myla, I know time's up, but we need to do the legend. I need to show you how to do it, and I'll send you the example to follow. Go to legends. On the left side where it says plans, بعدين ceiling, بعدين sections, في legends. Right click, new legend, and call it floor plan legend. Scale 1 to 50 is fine. تحت الفيوز تحت sections في legends. Right click, new legend, غير الاسم to floor plan legend. It's going to open up an open empty space, and this is what I want you to do is you will add the filled region hatches and the text next to it. So what I want to do is select the different core materials. عندنا ثلاثة. With finished materials عندنا stone, brick, sigma if you have it, painted plaster everyone has it, ceramic everyone has it, sand, cement, screed. كل واحدة من هذيلا is a hatch filled region that's already here. You have to just draw it. الحين those dimensions, write this down, is 200 by 600. Those regions are 200 by 600. حق الكور ترسمون ثلاثة منهم. 200 by 600. The ones for the small materials are 100 by 600. هذيلا 200 by 600. هذه نص horizontal. 100 by 600. Okay? A couple of things I want you to note. The text on the side is 1.5 mm area. 1.5 mm. The title of my legend is 2 mm. I want you to draw them and check your spacing to be even. مو مرة قريب على بعض مرة بعاد. So you do detail lines. And you can copy مثلا the lines. أول شيء do one spacing, see how it looks, see how the spacing is. مثلا 200 is a good one that you could follow. Between 1 and 1. And stay consistent. You copy them down as a guideline. ترسمون rectangles. Once you have these drawn, you go to your sheet. ونفس ما تسوون مع الفيو, find the legend on the left side that you created, you click and drag, and you place it into your sheet. We don't need a title. شلون نقدر نشيل التايتل؟
But it's fine.
Properties, no title. Okay? We're also going to add the floor drain. The floor drain in the legend. To add it, butler legend. If you go down to families, you can find the tag, click and drag. Oh, search, then it might be hard to find it. Right, drain, plumbing fixtures, find it, click and drag and place it here, and right next to it floor drain. الحين on the left, on the bottom, تلاقون FWC. You can write exactly as is there. You don't have to worry about the details. It does not have to match your actual materials. This is a placeholder text for what we will fix throughout the semester. So you can exactly copy it word for word. F01, F02, F03, W1, W2, C01, and we'll modify it as we go along.
التكست مال الليجند 2.5 ولا
2. Legend 2, text 1.5. One last thing, I know for the white what? In your tags, I want you as a placeholder write down the F01, F02. Where it says floor, it's F, so F01, F02, mix them up, don't put all the same. W02 مثلا for kitchen, so just you can make these up, we're not gonna, it's just a placeholder text, ما بيكون فاضي. Throughout the next few weeks, we're gonna start modifying them to actually reflect your materials. You just click here and you change it as question mark, you click. Okay? Any questions?
Materials are not showing up for what can I do?
Which materials?
Actually, not just the materials, the market. حتى when you change the hatching, also the hatching is what
I'll take a look. Just one last comment. انتوا شايفين الحين in class قاعد يصير وقت مضغوط صح؟ We're barely getting through what I want to get through in class. And to make that less of an issue, I want you all to try your best to be here on time. And if you come late while I'm taking attendance, that slows things down. If you come and submit something عقب, I'm having to keep track of who's submitting what. But we want to start exactly in time. I take attendance and we jump straight into the material. So to avoid delays and being able to finish the work on time. Any questions about what's required? Does everyone know what this is? The kitchen counter? Okay, and you draw a rectangle to show the sink and the... You do the same thing for the closet, the first floor. When you add the flooring to the first floor, did anyone already add flooring to the first floor? You'll see the closet. Then to Asmina as a detail line, you're going to have to draw it as a region, masking region. And you have to change the line weights. Okay? Yes.
لما احط الريجن حق اللجن لازم اسوي ماسكينج حق الاطراف عشان يكون ابيض. لا. لما اسوي الريجن حق اللجن لازم احط ماسكينج ريجن على الباك عشان يصير
That filled region, you change the line out there. Highlight the edges boundary. Select the four sides and do thin lines. Top right, change it to thin lines. لا أصير بس يعني